Hey everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime, and today I'm at Slate Theory Winery here in the Texas Hill Country, and I'm going to be reviewing their Narcoleptic. It's their 2017. It is 48% Syrah, 26% Grenache, 21% Mourvedre, 5% Carignan, and it's all Texas grapes. So I'm interested in this because I love Syrah and I love really cool blends, so I'm interested to see how all of this stuff plays together. But before I actually get to the wine review, let's take a look around. This place is kind of cool. As you saw, that kind of tasting cave is really cool. But the cool thing about it is that it's underground, which, if you know anything about the soil up here, that required a lot of blasting and some crazy engineering work to get done. So this is really a one-of-a-kind tasting experience up here if you can book one of the tasting caves. But enough about that, let's get into this wine. All right, so from a color standpoint, I'm going to go ahead and give you a medium ruby, but you're getting close to turning. So in another year or so, it's probably gonna fall into the garnet category. But for now, I think you still have enough kind of pink there to be labeled as ruby, no artifacts, no cloudiness. All right, so on the nose. Wow, that's a lot to get hit with up front. Okay, so you get a little bit of the black pepper that you would expect from Syrah. There's also this sort of green bell pepper note, like a pyrazine. Not spicy like you would get in like a Carignan. It's more of like a tamed bell pepper rather than like a jalapeno note. I'm also getting this nice balance between some black fruit and some red fruit. So I'm getting a little bit of this kind of raspberry, red currant, but then I'm also getting a very strong blackberry note and a touch of plum. There's also a slight herbalness to it. It's almost like a very, very slight touch of rosemary. And it's medium plus intensity on the nose. Anyway, with all that being said, how does it taste? All right, so in terms of the wine, it has a medium body, has an amazing kind of tannic structure that plays with the acid. So it has just enough tannins to be supported by the acid and the body of the wine, but it's not overpowering whatsoever, yet there's still a little bit grippy. I really enjoy that. It doesn't conflict with the fruit at all though. So you can take a sip of this wine and the fruit and everything just comes together very well. And there's also a spiciness to this wine and it's very pleasant. So once you kind of go from the mid palate and you go into the finish, it really kicks up and it really kind of elevates that finish and carries it on for a while. Well, assuming you like peppery wine. It's the funny thing now is that now I've had a few sips of it. When I take a sip again, the tannins have kind of become neutralized in terms of my sensation on the palate, but now the fruit's kind of ping-ponging back and forth. So you get some black fruit, red fruit, and just kind of goes everywhere. It's really fun. And in terms of finish, it has a medium plus finish. So, with all that being said, how does this wine rate? Well, we don't know until we get to the blick. So from a balance standpoint, full points. This is a beautiful wine in terms of balance. I have no complaints whatsoever. Length, medium plus finish, half a point. In terms of intensity, it's medium plus on the nose, but it's pronounced on the palate. This really kind of just kicks your palate into overdrive and you get a whole bunch of sensations and they last for a really long time for something that's medium bodied like this. So I was actually very happy with it, full point. So in terms of complexity, I am getting some secondary, especially with those pyrazines, that pepper, but that primary fruit intensity is also really strong. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you half a point, only because I don't have any tertiary yet. However, with that being said, this wine has a lot of acid and has good aging potential. So if you wanted to hold on to it for 5 to 10 years, then you would probably develop some of that tertiary and it would go into a full point range. So with that being said, I'm gonna give you very good. Now here's also something I'm gonna say about this place. I don't say this very often about wineries, but I pretty much tasted through their entire current menu, including the wine club stuff. There's nothing here that I would not give very good. I can only count on one hand the number of wineries out here where I would say their entire portfolio is very good, and this is one of them. So I might need two hands down. Now, with that being said, they're also about to release a ridiculously large range over the next few years. So I will say, the trick there will be, if you have like 40 different wines on your menu, can they all be very good? I guess I'll just have to come back in a little while and check that out now, won't I? Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you been to Slate Theory Winery out here in the Texas Hill Country? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and who knows, maybe I'll see you out here when I'm shooting my next wine review, or sleeping off my narcoleptic. I'll see y'all later. This wine kicks you in the teeth in a very pleasurable way. Almost kind of like you have to pay for it sometimes. No, I'm not gonna get there.